Here's a solution to Rockswold problem 6.7.73. So the problem is to solve this equation, a cubed minus 5a squared minus 4a plus 20 equals 0. Since the right-hand side is 0, if we can factor the left, we can use the zero product property to solve this equation. So let's go ahead and try to factor. Because this polynomial on the left has 4 terms, to factor this, really the only chance we have is factoring by grouping. So let's group these. We're going to group these first 2 terms, a cubed minus 5a squared, and we're going to group the second 2 terms. Be careful about this minus sign here. To group, the minus sign sort of goes into the group, and we need a plus outside of the group like this. So the second group is minus 4a plus 20 equals 0. And then remember, when you're factoring by grouping, you factor the common factor out of each group. In this first group, looks like the common factor is a squared, so let's factor that out. And the remaining stuff is a minus 5. And then in the second group, it looks like there's a common factor of 4. And also, when you're factoring by grouping, if there's a leading term in one of the groups that has a minus sign, you'll want to factor out that negative as well. So let's factor minus 4 out of this second group. So it's going to be like this. And the remaining stuff is a minus 5. And careful, it's minus here, not plus. Equals 0. Okay. Now the question when you're factoring by grouping, the question is, are these 2 parts that we got that are left over, are they the same? Since they are the same here, they're a common factor. So we can factor out a minus 5 like this. A minus 5 times whatever's left over. And from this first piece, the leftover part is a squared. And from the second piece, it's minus 4 equals 0. So factoring by grouping worked here, but we aren't done factoring yet. The second piece here, a squared minus 4, that's a difference of squares, so this will factor even further. So the a minus 5 we'll leave alone for now, and then a squared minus 4, that's a minus 2 times a plus 2, like this. All right, now we have our polynomial on the left factored, and since it's equal to 0, we can use the zero product property. The zero product property says that one of these factors has to be 0. So either a minus 5 is equal to 0, or another possibility is a minus 2 is equal to 0, or another possibility is that a plus 2 is equal to 0. And now we have 3 linear equations. But we can solve each of them separately. So for this first one, we'll add 5 to both sides. And we get a equals 5. For the second one, we'll add 2 to both sides. And we get a equals 2. And for this final one, subtract 2 from both sides. And we get a equals minus 2. So that we get 3 possible solutions. Our 3 solutions for this are -2, +2, and 5. As usual, if you're doing this problem online, the numbers will be different, but the ideas will be the same.